Jonathan Feltner. You want to come out here and spew your garbage about taking things seriously, and then you'll have your guys do a promo where one takes a dump on a piece of poster board? Seriously? Well, if you want to get serious, I'm going to get serious with you real quick. You see, the last few times I've been in the ring with you guys, you take it upon yourselves to try to leave me broken in the middle of the ring. But guess what? You failed. So you know what? This Saturday, 205 Commerce Parkway, Cornelia, Georgia, I'm coming for payback. I'm coming for revenge. I'm coming to hurt somebody. And I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's Chad Wood, Chad Wood's partner, Jake Hughes, Curtis Coleman, hell, even the t-shirt guy. I don't care. Somebody's getting hurt this Saturday. Joey Briggs. Yeah, you have my attention. Well, you had it for about like 10 seconds, and then I couldn't understand anything you were saying, so I kind of gave up. But I did make out a few things. One, something about CTMD using me as the no Brotherhood, 24/7 champion, and what was the last one? Oh yeah, you call me out. So you see, the funny thing is, you're not even on my radar. You know, I could care less about you or the 24/7 championship right now. I'm more focused on me and Jacob Ashworth becoming the best tag team in OSWA. But I will tell you something I am interested in is teaching people lessons. So this Saturday at 205 Commerce Parkway, Cornelia, Georgia, I'm going to be there. You know, and I may come to the ring. I may beat your butt so bad that you can't even walk to the back. You may be crippled in the middle of the ring. You know, I'm just going to leave you there because I don't want the championship. But, you know, David Garrison might want it back, or Rev might want it. You know, somebody might want it. But I am there to teach you this one valuable lesson in life. Is you can't go around writing checks your butt can't cash. So, see you Saturday.
Good day, O fans. Revs M coming at you. Got the War Machine with me today.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
I'm going to address something real fast.
Okay.
Jacob Ashworth. You know, when Reverend was wanting to put together a tag team to go for the OSWA tag team titles, I was looking around the locker room. I was like, who would make a good partner? And I was like, Jacob Ashworth would. You know, we've known each other for a long time. We've been in the business about the same amount of time. We got similar styles. So I was like, we could do this. So our first few matches were pretty good, you know. And then last week, you know, I've been doing this for a while. I know when somebody comes to the ring, they shouldn't get my attention, you know, from what's going on in the match. But when Joey Twiggs came down there, oh God, that Joey Twiggs. Don't get me started. That's a different subject. Anyway, you know, I shouldn't have known better, but you know, things happen. I got my temper got the best of me. Well, you know, instead of, you know, chalking it up, moving forward, you want to act like a 5-year-old who didn't get his way. Well, after all that was done, I went to the back. I was talking to the guys in charge, and they was like, well, Jacob's not going to be here for a while. He's got some other dates he's got to take care of. So I was going to let you know this. When you do come back, whenever you do show your face back at the OSWA, you better be ready for war. And what were you saying?
Thank you, War Machine. Guys, just wanted to let you know that we're starting the year off with a bang. The contracts have been signed. The designs have been picked. We need 2 t-shirt sizes now. It's going to be a great experience. We got lots of great things coming your way this year. We look forward to seeing you at Santa vs. the Grinch. Y'all come on out to 205 Commerce Parkway, Cornelia, Georgia this Saturday. We're going to have the doors open at 6, the bell time's at 7, and we'll see you there. And may the power of wrestling compel you.
So, all I've heard for the last 2 weeks is, why, Hogan? Why did you beat up Pete Zimmerman? Why did you give him the beating he will never forget? Well, there's 2 main reasons why I did what I did. 1, because I wanted to. That's the main reason. And 2, because what you guys don't realize is, me and Pete Zimmerman go way back. Since we were kids, we've known each other. We grew up on the same block together. Went to the same school, and all those years, his mouth has always gotten him in trouble. And guess who's there to bail him out every single time? Me. And quite frankly, I got sick and tired of it. So when I decided to get into professional wrestling, I told myself, I'm not going to bring him along because I don't want to deal with all that crap. But guess what? He weasels his way in anyway. We go to OSWA, and ever since we've been there, all he's done is run his mouth and get us in trouble. Get us in situations, almost impossible situations to get out of. And I got tired of dealing with it, and I took care of business. So with that being said, it's all said and done. I don't want to hear no more about it. So let's go on to Saturday. This Saturday's business. I have strict instruction from David Garrison to take care of what's left of the compound. So if any one of them toothpicks want to get in the ring with me and take a beating like Pete Zimmerman did, be more than welcome. It doesn't matter if it's Cody McCulley or Keith Cage. I'm going to go through both of them. Marcus Adams, you think you're funny, don't you? Calling me scrap metal. Well, before you go running your mouth and talk things you don't know about, you need to realize one thing, Marcus Adams. You know nothing. You know nothing about me, what I've done, and what I've accomplished in this business. You see, Marcus, everywhere I've been a champion. And I don't plan to change that at all for you or nobody at the OSWA. So, you know, when I get my shot at that Ultimate title, I'm going to take it from you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, Tom Pressing Business, July 1st, this Saturday, 205 Commerce Parkway, Cornelia, Georgia. Me and David Gadsden's a little mad, a little aggravated, a little off, if you will, about the way things have been going here lately at the OSWA. Management not giving us a shot at a title, not giving us any good competition. So, this Saturday, we're going to come to the old arena, and we're going to make a statement. And there's nothing that Ginger DeMore or anybody in the office can do about it. So, this Saturday, SWA board thought it was a good idea to put me in a battle royal with a bunch of rookies who are greener and goose and two guys I've been beating the crap out of for the last 6 months. I don't know, but let's go through the list. Let's see, we have Kirkland. The only reason he gets mad is because people want to see him getting the crap beat out of him. You know, way to go. K Powers, training Rocky style. I shouldn't even say that in the same sentence, K Powers and Rocky. And, you know, if I owned that gym, if I was the owner of that building, I would pay him not to show up because it would run all my business off. He's such an embarrassment. Let's see who else we have. Rody T. Rody T. There's a reason Dylan Gage and Jackson Carter kicked you out of the Best Friends Club. You're worthless. But let's be honest. You won't even clean up your mess that you left at the arena the last show. Confetti everywhere and just leaving it for, you know, everybody else to deal with. Who else? Ace Vaughn. The luckiest man alive. Yeah, how lucky was you when Cyrus beat the crap out of you in the casket match at Fightmare? Or how lucky were you when, you know, lost your title shot to Drox last week? That's pretty lucky, I'd say. Who else? Oh, well, Jimmy Lee. We have Jimmy Lee, the guy beating the, you know, for the last few months. Beat him last show. I'm going to beat him this show. I don't even know why they thought that was going to be a challenge. And then you have Ryan Staples, a guy I beat so bad a few months ago, he had to change his name because of the embarrassment. So, all y'all know how this is going to pan out. We're all going to get in the ring. You're all going to lose. So, I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to put me against a bunch of pieces of crap wrestlers like you guys. But, I don't know. I guess I'll see you Saturday. See, I know a few of you have been wondering where I've been at the last few months at TAP. The truth of the matter is, my contract was up after my dog collar match with Justin Legend, and me and David couldn't come to an agreement with money. But, with that being said, after all this crap that's been going on with the Coffin Club, and Tyler turning his back on his dad, he gave me a call and was like, look, I know we don't see eye to eye on everything, we're kind of in a little bit of an argument right now, but I was wanting to know if you can come and help me out. Well, I don't have nothing personal against David, it was all business. You see, me and him go back, a few years now, and I've always respected the man. We might not agree on everything, but I've always respected the man. So when he called me and said he needed my help, you damn sure right I was going to be there. So this Friday, November 15th at Salty Nakuchi, David Garrison needed my help. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to take back his company from them stupid-ass Coffin Club trash bag wrestlers who think that just because they like hardcore, that means they're tough. Well, it doesn't, son. I'm going to go ahead and tell you one thing. This Friday, TAP is going back in the rightful hands of the man, David Garrison, and I'm going to get the Coffin Club out of there for good. See you there, boys. David, you know, you do have a point. It is a shame we're not on this year's poster for Fight Mayor, but I think I figured out why. It's because this Saturday, me and Billy Starr have a steel chair match, and nobody wants to see Billy Starr's old ass in the ring anymore. So, this Saturday, 255 Livestock Road, East Denali, Georgia, I'm going to take out Billy Starr. I'm going to put him out of the wrestling business for good, and maybe, after Saturday, we'll get on some flyers. So Billy Starr, this Saturday, you're going to get your ass whooped. So you got to go ahead and figure out what you got to do for the rest of your life out of the wrestling business. Sign up for unemployment, get on Medicaid, whatever you got to do. Just make sure your affairs in order, because Saturday is going to be your last match. Guarantee it. So, these last few weeks I've been getting these questions online and asking me if I feel bad for beating up an old man. Well, the fact of the matter is, hell no, I don't feel bad. Because if he's foolish enough to get in the ring with me 30 years past his prime, I'll whoop his ass just as fast as anyone half his age. And the fact of the matter is, Billy Starr, you don't have it anymore. You should have packed up and left in the 90s. But for some reason, you can't leave the spotlight. So, I'm here to make the hard decision for you, Billy Starr. And for everyone that's tired of seeing your old ass in the ring, I'm going to do them a favor and take you out of the wrestling business for good. Salty Nakuchi, Georgia. Well, looks like it's that time of year again. It's time for the annual Caring Hand Ministries Benefit Show, going down next Friday, November 16th, at the Salty Nakuchi Event Center. And if my memory serves me correct, last year, at the same show, the same building, when I was done, it looked like a crime scene, and I don't expect this year to be any different. You see, the powers that be have booked myself and Sweet Daddy in a 4-way tag team elimination match against some of the best tag teams in Georgia: GB1C, 605 Crew, and Damage Inc. So, if you guys are expecting a fast-paced, hard-hitting match, that's exactly what it's going to be. This Saturday, January 21st, 2017, at 205 Commerce Parkway, Cornelia, Georgia, it's OSWA Soul Survivor, with the winner getting a shot at the Ultimate Championship at Heroes vs. Villains. Now, you guys know I haven't been here very long, but in the short time I have been here, I made a huge impact on the landscape at OSWA. My very first night here, I took the champion Curtis Coleman to his limit. I've been instrumental in the Legion with their ongoing power struggles with CTMD, and I was very, and I mean very, instrumental in the firing of Jonathan Feltner. So, come this Saturday, January 21st, you're looking at the Soul Survivor. And Heroes vs. Villains, when I go against the Ultimate Champion, whoever it may be, Bobby Popham or Curtis Coleman, you are looking at the next Ultimate Champion. Because I am the war they cannot win. Pete Zimmerman. So, all I've heard for the last few days is June 30th at the famous Landmark Arena in Cornelia, Georgia. You're going to show up and make some noise. Well, there is going to be some noise made, but not the kind you think. It's going to be the sound of David Garrison whooping again. And go ahead and bring all your friends along with you. Bring Jimmy Lee. You know, we'll break his leg again. Bring Jacob the teabagger. Sorry, Jacob the carpetbagger with you. You know, the guy back in November who's taking all this credit for all these glorious things he did, and all he did was stand around ringside. You know, the guy who says, "Oh, I'll beat David Garrison in the middle of the ring." Well, needless to say, David Garrison was bloodied up, already been wrestling for 20 minutes. This match that we had, taking credit for breaking Sweet Daddy's arm, and we all know that's definitely not true. So yeah, go ahead and bring that glory hog with you. Well, Pete, you're a glory hog. Jacob, you're a glory hog. Jimmy Lee's a glory hog. I know it's kind of hard to tell all your parts. But anyway, bring all of them with you. Go ahead and bring anybody else you want to, Pete. Because the simple fact is, anybody you bring is going to get whooped. Anybody you bring is going to get hurt. Anybody you bring is going to be injured, put on the shelf for who knows how long, Pete. So yeah, go ahead and bring some of your friends along with you. Because you're definitely going to need them. Hope to see you on June 30th. You know, I don't understand people's logic sometimes. Because all I've heard for months, weeks, is, Hogan, I'm going to get my revenge. I'm going to get you back for what you did to me. So what do, Pete? You're going to recruit one of the smallest guys in the OSWA locker room, and a guy who hasn't been there in months. And guess what happened? They didn't get the job done. I'm going to tell you why they didn't get the job done, Pete. You know, Will Caution happened to see the aftermath after I powerbombed Keith Cage in the middle of the ring, and he decided he didn't want none of that problem. So then you go to plan B, which is go to the front office and whine and cry and do whatever you got to do to get your way like you always do, Pete. Now, I don't know what strings you pulled or who kissed, but they decided to bring back an old relic from Clint Eller's past to try to take me out. And you know what? That didn't work either. So we resort to what's happening this Saturday. A no disqualification match. Me and Sweet Daddy. I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit of advice, Sweet Daddy. You're getting in that's been 30 years in the making. So you might as well just go ahead and step out now before this Saturday, and before you will never be able to step into a ring again, just because of a guy who likes to whine and cry to get his way, and you have nothing about. So with that being said, this Saturday, 205 Carmen's Parkway, Cornelia, Georgia, I'm going to give you a beating of a lifetime. And Pete, like I told you before, you keep going down this road, it's not going to bode well for you at all. Because you know, as well as everybody else there at the OSWA, I am the war they cannot win. Pete Zimmerman, you think you're funny, don't you? You look come to my house at night when I wasn't at home. Yeah, I wasn't at home last night. And luckily for you, I wasn't. Because if I was, you'd be laid up with a bunch of buckshot right now. And you keep on saying, you're going to be where I'm going to be at. Be a thorn in my side. Get under my skin. Pete, we've known each other for a long time. And you know I don't take kindly to idle threats from little piss ants trying to prove a point. So consider this your last and final warning, Pete. You want to continue down this road, it's not going to bode well for you or whoever else you get to fight your battles for you. Because you know well sure you're not going to do it. So Pete, consider what you're going to do next very, very carefully. Because you continue down this road, you're going to get hurt. Marcus Adams, you put your hands on David Garrison, knowing I can't do anything about it because I'm 4 hours away here at the beach. I see how it is. Fighting champion of OSWA, taking advantage of a guy, taking liberties on a guy, calling a match right down the middle between you and Sweet Daddy. Alright, I see how it is. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, forewarn you, and let you know one thing, Marcus Adams. July 29th, I'm coming back to the OSWA arena. I'm going to take that ultimate title away from you. And I don't give a Sweet Daddy is the #1 contender. He can get in line and get his kicked just as quick as you can. So, go ahead and enjoy your next 2 weeks, Marcus. So when I come back on July 29th, I'm mine. there's been something bothering me since the last show, and I guess I'm just going to come out and say it. Pete, do you think recruiting Will Caution and Keith Cage is actually going to win this battle against me? Come on, guy. You know, David Garrison ran Will Caution out of the OSWA months ago, and nobody's seen him since. And then, well, you seen what happened to Keith Cage. He couldn't get the job done, so we had to trim bait. So I'm going to ask you this one more time, Pete. Are you sure you want to go down this path? Are you sure you want to get those two, I don't even know what you want to call them, rejects maybe, to come against me and fight your battles for you? Like I said, Pete, you continue down this road, you're going to get hurt. So you better leave well enough alone, because if you don't, it's not just going to be you that's going to be laid up in the hospital. It's going to be Will Caution and Keith Cage, and I guess some more guys you're going to try to recruit to join your congregation, because you know you're not going to do it with those two. So this Saturday at 205 Carmines Parkway, Cornelia, Georgia, we're going to see what Pete Zimmerman has in store for me. You know, it's so funny, Pete. It really is so funny that you think that you're going to win this. I guess we'll see you this Saturday. Justin Legend. You see, you have a tendency to, when you tell stories, to leave out a few facts. Like the one where I didn't run out of the ring because I was scared or I was afraid of what you were going to do to me. No, it wasn't anything like that. It was the fact that you had a half zombie, half idiot in the middle of the ring with a chair who decided to stick his nose in my business. And David Garrison thinking it's a good idea to put us in a lumberjack match this Friday night to settle our differences. Well, Justin, there's a little bit of news you may need to know, a little bit of information that might be useful for you. You see, I'm not the type of guy that you're used to being in the ring with. You're used to being in the ring with half-trained wannabe wrestlers. And I'm not coming for a wrestling match, Justin. I'm coming for a fight. So this Friday night, June 21st, at the famous Landmark Arena, I'm going to end your legend, son. So, TAP management thinks it's a good idea to have a tournament to declare the new TAP heavyweight champion, which knowing good and damn well that I could beat everyone in the tournament, so they might as well go ahead and give it to me anyway. But, saying that they're not, this Friday, February 15th, at the famous Landmark Arena in Cornelia, Georgia, I'm going to be wasting my time going through a tournament to regain a belt that is rightfully mine anyway. Because, boys, you're all on a list, and that's my shit list, and I'm about to start going through every damn one of you. See y'all Friday. Bolo, bolo, bolo. So, I guess you're wondering why I left your ass laying last week. And if you look around, it's pretty damn simple to figure out, even for you. You see, it's your ego. You walk around the back, strutting around with your chest poked out, acting like you run things around here. Well, I hate to break it to you, son. You're not the star that you think you are. And I'm here to deflate that ego for you and put you back in line and show everybody that you're nothing but hype and hot air. About to go out, about to kick some tail. CTMD, you better be ready. You see, karma's a funny thing. It's one of those things where if you're not careful, it'll come back to haunt you. And some guys that should know all too well about this is the CTMD presents the Super Bad Boys Club's talent pool. You see, at Experience, they had a stipulation where if they beat the Legion, they get control of the company. And if they lose, Curtis Coleman gets fired. Well, we all know how that turned out. Legion won. Curtis Coleman's supposed to be fired. Well, on the next Saturday, during his speech, his retirement speech, Curtis Coleman goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not fired because you can't fire me because I am the ultimate champion. You cannot fire a champion." Well, Bobby Popham did a little digging in some contracts and found out that Jonathan Feltner hasn't fulfilled his contractual obligations to 3 matches and only had 2 so far. And then decided he's going to put Jonathan Feltner up against the mystery opponent. And if Jonathan Feltner lost, he got fired. Well, we all know how that turned out. I spared him in the middle of the ring. Pete Zimmerman got the win. And then guess what? He's fired. So, how's karma feel now, boys? Oh, and one last thing. You know, we've gotten rid of one of you guys, but there's plenty more of you to get rid of. So, I hope you guys are ready for the long haul, because this is going to be a war that you cannot win. You see, David Garrison, this is what happens when you take matters into your own hands. You see, the whole time I've been at TAP, all I've heard from David Garrison was, you're going to be the next champion. You're going to be the guy who takes his company to the next level. And you know what happens? The whole time he was blowing smoke up my ass, he was setting up his proteges and his sons to be the champion instead of the man who deserves it, me. So, at this last year's Karen Can Ministries benefit show, a good friend of mine showed up, and he tried to talk some sense into me. I didn't listen at first, but finally, after a few emails, a few talks with JJ, and a few talks with Sweet Daddy, I made a decision. I made a decision to take my own destiny in my own hands. And you know what happened the first time we got back together? This happened, David. This happened. So this Friday, at 205 Commerce Parkway in Cornelia, you're going to make me and Sweet Daddy put up our titles against a man that we beat and a mystery partner. A mystery partner, David, seriously? You gonna think I was gonna throw us off our game? Not a chance. And come this Friday, we're gonna leave the TAP Tag Team Champions. And we're gonna leave Bobby D laying like we did Tony D.